All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai.
Mike, are
Double
you at
honors to your
lunch?
apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. What is your contribution? And this lesson is just through the spirit. And basically just going to touch on how, a part of this ministry, you have to contribute something, all right? Everyone plays their role, or everyone has a role in a ministry or a part to play, okay? Now, when you go into this word, the definition of a contribution in late 14th century says a levy imposed by a body politic upon a district or population. Let's just get to the point that I want to get to. It says to bring together, add, contribute, okay? So meaning you are adding, all right, you are adding your skill or your ability, your gift, okay, to the ministry. You are adding, okay? That is to contribute. You're contributing whatever the Lord has blessed you with, okay? And you're bringing it, or you're showing it forth through action to the ministry, okay? Just like in a worldly sense, say you have a particular skill. Say if you're a plumber, you're a carpenter, you're a forklift driver, whatever the case may be, and that's your skill. Well, you're gonna use your skill and you're gonna work that work, for the lack of better words, to the best of your ability. And that's in a worldly sense. How much more in this truth? How much more your spiritual skill, okay, your spiritual ability, and whatever the Lord has blessed you with, maybe you might be still at a stage of trying to figure that out. But a part of this ministry, part of this beautiful faith of ours, there's a role that you should have, okay? Everyone has a role, and you got to focus on what is yours. And once you find it, you exercise that role, all right, or that skill to the best of your ability. So contribution, what you are adding, all right? 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4 says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these worketh, right, exercising to put forth action, right, worketh that one in the self-same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one and have many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is a Mashiach. So many members. So there's many different, roles, an individual will play. But it all comes back to one. You see? Being jointly fit together. One body, one sound. You see? But even though everyone has this different role, they work that role to the best of their ability, or they play their part. You see? And like I said before, how much on the spiritual aspect of this thing, you see? Because if you got a job, you're going to work your job, you're going to do the best you could. Your day's hard, your day's worth of work, or however, you're going to hit it hard, and then you're going to go home, and then you're going to repeat. Well, how much more in this truth? You see? Now, when you go to the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 8, and I want to just get the point. It says, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So what I'm going with this is, If you're in a worldly sense, yeah, because we all, you got to use the world but not abuse the world. So we got to work. Okay, if a man don't work, he don't eat, as the scriptures say. But what is the most important work? Once you come into this truth, this knowledge, the knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Well, it's what? Doing the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. For ye are bought with a price. Okay? So for the hell with being in debt to the society, because when we come out the womb, we already in debt. So the hell with being in debt in this society. What about our debt with the Lord? What about our debt with the Lord, which, trying to work to pay off, trying to exhibit to the best of our ability to work to try to pay it off. You see, even if we can't do it, we're making an effort of, okay, Lord, I'm going to sacrifice things. I'm going to sacrifice things for you. Because in this truth, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice your time. All right? One of the things is time. You're going to sacrifice, being with your woman from time to time, having outings with family and kids, which you can still do that. But what I'm saying is, it's not going to be your everyday thing, because you're going to have time. You're going to have to put aside time to what? To study, to go to camp, highways and byways, to preach the word, to do your necessary lessons, to may link up with the brothers to do a live stream, or just chop it up with a brother to go over notes, or just chop it up with a brother that may be in need of to have a spiritual talk. You see? But see, that's the spiritual side of this. Okay? And even when you sowing, right? You sowing to the spirit, which those are the things that I was mentioning, well, then that's what you're going to reap. Okay? Spiritual things. But when you sow into the flesh, and like I said, I'm talking as far as the job, labor-wise, when you reach to the flesh of, when you just go to work every day, yeah, you reap what? You reap a paycheck. Okay? But you're still putting forth work to get that paycheck. You see? Now, we're looking to get paid off. Our vision is to get paid off later. Later to get paid. That's what our hope is in. That's what our comfort and hope is in, of getting paid later to have a clean slate, to have a clear debt with the Lord, man. You see? Let's get this. Let's go to first. What's that? 1 Corinthians chapter 6. But with Christ. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 20, it says, For ye are bought with a price. Yep, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are God's, or powers. You see? I think the other one's right here. I think it's in verse chapter 3. No, that was it. So now, what was I thinking of? Oh, okay. Salakia. The book of Romans chapter 12. Verse 1, it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to the Most High, which is your reasonable, which is your reasonable service. All right, so how do we present our bodies as a living sacrifice? Okay, we go out to, one of the ways is we go out to the highways and byways to do the work. We're presenting our body as a living sacrifice when we go out there each and every week to preach the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Putting ourselves on the front line, putting ourselves on the forefront for this truth. You see? Showing, making to show forth, making an effort to the Lord to say, look, Lord, I'm willing to put it all on the line for you. Whether they lock me up unrighteously, whether people come against me and people hate me, and I get threatened and spit on and, all these different things, I'm willing to endure that and take all that in for you. Okay? I'm willing to take all that, whatever happens to me. I'm willing to endure whatever happens, for the sake of trusting in you, Lord. Okay? Of just on alone of you having mercy on me, to give me the understanding, to give me this truth. What more could I give? Okay, I'm gonna try to keep your laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna do what you command. And part of that is going into the highways and the byways. A part of that is, forsaking the foolish and live. A part of that is, leaving off from the things that we so-called loved in this world, to say, F that, this is more important, More important is serving you, serving Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Nothing is more important. So needless to say, everyone has their role in the truth, and you just want to figure that out of finding what your role is, okay? And you want to, and another thing is, in this truth, you want to count the cost, man. You want to count the cost of this thing, of what you're actually entering in, what you're actually laboring for. You see? Because some people look at this as just a part-time job, or just something to do. Which, this is our life. Our life. And on top of that, we put our lives on the line. Going out and doing what we do. Okay? So I'm just saying is, hey, man, all I'm saying is, in this truth, hey, you find your role, you figure out what your skill set is, and even a brother can help you a little bit to figure out what your skill set is, and you find that and you maximize it. Okay, so just a quick hit through the spirit. Till next time, I want to say shalom.